there is one technology, an app called Olio City, that can be your new guide. Download the app featuring a particular city, St. Louis, and it will show you places you could enjoy, even in your own city or neighborhood, that you may never have known about. Looking for somewhere to go, a place to eat, drink, great atmosphere, something fun? Destination Olio City promises to get you where you want to go.
The idea was to take a city and only curate the best of the best. So our team went neighborhood by neighborhood and picked the best restaurants, the best events that are happening. We highlighted attractions in a way that would be like me telling you about the Arch or me telling you about the St. Louis Zoo, instead of the guidebooky speak of this is this and this.
Ellen Prinzi is the founder of this app, a personalized city guide with a catchy name.
To be completely honest, you're trying to come up with a word that doesn't mean anything to people. You know, Yelp, Google, Uber, all those words really didn't have huge meanings to you before they were these amazing, successful companies. So at the root, what are we doing? We're combining how you get to know a city into one place. So the word Olio is a synonym for the word combination. So Olio City was born.
Prinzi got the idea while working in Major League Baseball.
So getting to know cities is hard work, and that's a problem I experienced myself over the last 10 years working for 3 different Major League Baseball teams: the San Francisco Giants, the New York Mets, and most recently the St. Louis Cardinals.
And she still travels with the Cardinals.
Now my husband is a strength and conditioning coach for the St. Louis Cardinals, and I always found myself in the same position in my hotel room, on my phone or my computer for an ungodly amount of time, typing stuff into Google, best places for sushi in X city, what's happening tonight here. And it's this process of so much data being thrown at you, there's no good way to curate that and figure out what is the best thing that's happening that's personalized to me.
Prinzi says Olio City is her way of fixing this problem. She put a team together to make that happen, including Chris DeGroat. He wrote the algorithm for Olio City's artificial intelligence, the feature that allows the app to get to know you, learn what you like.
There are apps that they call it personalization, but in reality all it is a search mechanism for you to filter to certain things. It's not real intelligence. The main thing that I worked on in the app was the algorithm to make recommendations for you based on your likes and dislikes. So with, if you like Sugar Fire Smokehouse, we're going to recommend similar things to that. If you like a vegetarian restaurant, we're going to recommend things like that. Same with events. If you like jazz music and you start liking a bunch of jazz stuff, you're not going to get recommended Taylor Swift. That's probably not your thing.
It doesn't take long, all starting with the onboarding process.
We're going to say St. Louis, and then the app wants to get to know you, so we're going to run through that. So how do you get down in your city? So dinners and drinks are fun. I have a lot of time to spend with my family, and I like sports, so bam. When I'm thirsty, what will it be? Generally beer. If I'm gonna splurge on, concert tickets, a meal for the ages, and of course, sports. I really like steak and pizza, and I always like going somewhere new and buzzy. Eat and drink, it is going to recommend Persino, which is pretty close to here, and let's see, Annie Gunn's out in Chesterfield, the Shack, which is a great breakfast place. Let's see how that looks. So come in here, and let's see, what are they known for? So they're known for boozy cereal shakes.
It happens that quickly. The more you use it, the more Olio City understands you.
As you go through the app, you'll start liking and disliking things, and that'll improve the results over the time that you're using the app.
Helpful when traveling.
If you use this app in St. Louis and then you go to Chicago, it'll tell you what you would like and dislike based on what you've already done in St. Louis.
These are your recommendations based on your past history, because we feel the best indicator of the future is your past.
Prinzi walks us through. Let's just say I traveled to St. Louis for a Cardinals game. I'm staying in a hotel downtown, and I want to know what's going on nearby that would interest me.
There's so much to do in St. Louis, and people don't realize it. People come in, they stay downtown near the ballpark, and they don't leave. They go to the Cardinals game and they come back, and they miss so much of what we have to offer here in St. Louis. Most people don't realize they can go a mile down the road and be here in Soulard and get world-class barbecue, Mission Taco, or grab a drink at the International Tap House. So you get into your Olio City app and you're constantly given events that are happening. For instance, tonight here in Soulard, there's the Funky Brass Band is happening. There's a tap house, there's barbecue, there's tacos. We go a step further and we call out the vibe of the place, what they're known for, and why you should go here.
It's not just for those who travel. You can rediscover your own city.
I did. As even though I made it, I used it to discover stuff. So, there's a Orbit pinball bar. Did you know there was a pinball bar? Had no idea. So was out with a few guys one night and we were like, hey, let's go check this place out.
You have this aha moment and you go somewhere and you're like, I did not know this was so close to my home. That makes me happy.
And the way the descriptions are written, Prinzi says it's like you're reading something your best friend recommended to you in a Facebook post. And some bonus features, influencer guides.
So having our local influencers on board is an interesting way to showcase the city through their eyes. Some of our most famous locals we've interviewed about their favorite places to go with their spouse, favorite places to grab a beer. It's just a really fun feature to give our users.
Olio City launched in St. Louis and Chicago. The goal is to embrace another 10 to 15 cities over the next year and eventually go global.
Olio City is, you are never going to miss out on anything again. And maybe things you're not even interested in, but, oh, I didn't know that was happening. So it lets you expand, how you interact with your own city. But when you're traveling, it's, hey, there's a great band playing right around the block from my hotel. How else would you have known about that unless you had Olio City?